Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this episode I'm going to be refurbishing a pair of wheels that I got with my Raleigh Pioneer. So I'm going to be servicing the hubs, giving the wheels a good clean, and then putting on some new tyres. Well, I say new, ones I had lying around unused. So when using the tool to take off cassettes, I always put the washer on and then put it on loosely just to stop the tool from slipping, and then take it off when I undo it. Yeah, this cassette's quite rusty from being left outside. It's not very worn at all. Just needs a good clean. I found Evaporust to be really effective. So this is basically one I think 15 litre tubs worth of Evaporust that's just lasted a long time. The freehub is really quite sticky, so it needs freeing up. So I'm going to be replacing these knobbly tyres with some 25mm slicks that I had lying around. They're 700C wheels, and these tyres are 35mm wide, but the rear, so the front tyre has completely been shredded. So yeah, I needed to replace them. So didn't have any spare funds left over for some 35mm tyres, so just thought I'd stick on some 25mm and see what they were like. So I'm just disassembling the rear hub, taking the cones and the axle out. I'll be taking the bearings out and re-greasing everything. Yeah, a magnetic wand really comes in handy for doing things like this. For getting bearings out, or if you drop them on the floor, for picking them up again. Yeah, the grease is basically worn out. It's gone all like yellow and like solidified and stuff, so definitely needed a full strip and clean. Now, yeah, so apparently you need a special tool for taking the free hub off. A special tool for opening it up and be able to take like the internal bearings out. I don't have that special tool, so until that arrives, I just cleaned it up, tried to flush out the old grease with some WD-40, and then once that was all cleaned up, kind of dribble in some lube through the through the gap in the freehub. So yeah, it sounds a lot better now. There. These are 1/4 inch bearings, so there's 9 of them, I believe, in each race. And dropping the hub back in, sorry, the axle back in, and doing the non-drive side. The original bearings were in pretty good condition, so I just stuck them in a glass jar and cleaned them up, degreased them. Yeah, they weren't looking really that worn. Yeah, this bike generally wasn't, worn out. It was just like neglected. And this bike just needed a good clean and a re-grease of all the bearings. So on the non-drive side, there's an extra washer to space it out, and so that the wheel's in the correct alignment. So make sure you put the washer back on the correct side. So here I'm just checking for play and adjusting by tightening or loosening the cones. You need enough. It needs to be tight enough so that it doesn't, like, the bearings don't click or anything when you wiggle the axle, up and down or to and fro. but not so tight that it feels gritty when you rotate the axle. If it feels stiff and gritty, or you feel like resistance, then the bearings are being crushed too tight. You have to back it off a little bit. So here I'm just using some Clinell wipes. They're like antibacterial wipes for cleaning surfaces and stuff, which I just had lying around, and they're actually quite effective at cleaning this like old oil and dirt and grease off these rims. I think those are Rigida rims. There. So after a day or so in the Evaporust, the cassettes come out looking quite nicely. It just needs a rinse off to get the Evaporust solution off it, and I give it, once that's done, I give it a dousing in WD-40 and then wipe it over just to displace any moisture that might be in, prevent it re-rusting right away. So just reassembling everything now. So the cassette on, and then a tiny washer, and then the next couple of cogs, and then putting the lock washer on. So putting the cassette tool on makes it easier to wind it on, and then just tighten it up with an adjustable spanner until it stops clicking all the way. There we go. Yeah, that sounds much nicer. So a similar process for the front wheel. So giving the rims a good clean, and then taking everything apart. So the front hub has smaller bearings than the rear hub, because they don't take as much load as a rear hub. So here it doesn't have like a separate cover, the cone just comes out. You can get straight into the bearings. The grease is all like solidified and stuff, so the bearings don't drop out, so the wand comes in handy, just pulls them out. And yeah, it was horrible in there, so that needed a good wash, so gave that a clean, and then we got some 3/16 inch new bearings. The front bearings were a bit more worn than the rear ones, so I thought put some new bearings in. Yeah, plenty of grease, and then tweezers. A good set of tweezers is very handy for when you're handling bearings and packing them in. So there's 11 bearings on each side. Carefully dropping in the axle, making sure it doesn't slip out. We'll flip the wheel around, greasing it up, and then putting in the next set of bearings. And then it's just a matter of spinning on the cone and then adjusting play as before. Once it's wound on approximately, just putting on the lock nut on one side and then adjusting it. Now it's just a case of putting on the tyres. So new inner tubes, and then putting on these 25mm slicks. So these wheels look really smart. I think they suit the bike really well. And yeah, if you want to check out the full build, I'll put a link on the screen. And with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon so you know when future episodes come out. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, bye for now.